I am going to share everything that I packed for my most recent trip to San Francisco. It was supposed to be a 4-day trip, ended up being almost 10 days. And this little travel kit, makeup edition, came in handy. I'm pretty shocked at how well it worked. I'm going to put all this on my face and talk to you about it. We're going to go from this to this. Quick, easy. Kit really worked for me this time. I was very impressed with myself, I have to say, because I have definitely messed up in the past. Not this time. Here we go. Fun fact, I am getting over something with my sinuses right now. They got really mad at me when I came back to Nashville to the ice storm remnants. Everything's okay with me and my family. This was a rough storm. If you haven't heard, now you know. Let me tell you, I did not want to leave California to come back here because it was like 65 and sunny and it was gorgeous. I'm going to kick it off with the Solara fortune teller. Nothing is sponsored. No brand could pay to get on this video. These are products that have to work for my sensitive skin. I just rubbed all my makeup off, by the way, because I recorded this without audio because I'm on too much medication. So if I sound weird, that's why. So that was fun. But it needs to work without irritating my skin. It needs to be fast because, you know, while I love my studio time here, when I'm visiting other people, I don't want to spend like an hour and a half in the bathroom getting ready. I need to not have to think about it throughout the day, so it needs to last. Also, every product that I use will be linked below. This is the RMS Refresh Under Eye Brightener. I mentioned this last week, and I have my first impressions. The full scorecard's up for you. So if you want to check that out, it's back on the Style Shaker. YouTube is really pushing tagging products in the videos right now. And while I get that, the reason I don't always tag the products in the videos is because I have full reviews on them. It's not just like look at it and buy it necessarily. This is all about helping you figure out whether or not it's worth it for you, what I would buy instead so you have alternatives, and limited time promo codes where I have them. I cannot fit the promo codes into the YouTube links. So that's if you're curious. Overall, I really like this product. I just don't know if it needs to be in my routine as another step under the concealer. If I wasn't testing this, would I bring it with me next time? Probably not. Probably not. That's that. You can see more on the scorecard. Coverage, foundation, concealer. For foundations, I had a small little group that I brought with me. Usually people bring one, but I test all these things, so it's like I bring way too many. I have the withSimplicity. I would have normally put this in a smaller container, but I had a 6:30 a.m. flight, and I'm just shocked that like I remembered to actually bring my bag with me. So the withSimplicity, I have this in 2.5. I brought the Air Perez. I didn't use this as much because we were on the coast. So this gives a little bit too much dewiness and I didn't need it. And then I also brought the Mob Beauty. This is their Ceramide blurring foundation. I have it in 40, but I'm testing 50. I like it. I really like it. I still really like it. The one that I used the most was the withSimplicity. It's just easy. Put maybe a pea size, certainly not a dime. I don't even need that much. Put it onto the back of my hand, per the usual. Bring in a big fluffy brush. I'm not always wearing foundation these days, but again, I just needed coverage that I didn't have to think about for whatever I was doing that day, and I wanted my skin to look good. After flying, skin doesn't look really great. Probably could have hydrated more, maybe would have prevented this sinus thing, but man, when I got there too, I knew something was a little off, right? I don't know if you have sinus problems, but I think a lot of people do. And when I lived in Tennessee, when I went to high school, like, yes, there was a problem. When I lived in Boston, I used to get sinus infections all the time. My mom's like, it's the big dig. It was the big dig. I don't know if it was the big dig. I think it was just, I was in my 20s and had no idea how to take care of myself. For some reason, I was like, yeah, I don't feel so good. I guess I'll have a beer. The beautiful 20s. Times have changed. But I felt something coming. And then I went to California, gone. Sinuses were happy. Hair was happy. I had one day of like iffy skin because it was just parched. And then it was like, oh, sparkle, sparkle, star, star. It was weird. It was wonderful. Now I know why I still dream about California because, I mean, even when I was there, I rarely got sick. As you can see, quick and easy. And granted, sinus issues, allergy issues, my dark circles are more pronounced right now. So yeah, I'm going to need a concealer up in here. But yeah, that foundation just sort of does the trick. I don't have to think about it ever again once it's on. I forgot to do this area. Normally I'll use a smaller brush. However, I like this for the ease and the surface area that it covers. And that buffing thing on the back of the hand just does something. It just does something. For concealers, technically not that many, but I was trying new shades of the Iris and Romeo. So I usually use shade 4. I brought shade 3 for funsies. I didn't notice a huge difference between the two. Still testing. The Jillian Dempsey spot stick, my little baby spot stick. It's just so great. And if there was ever like a blemish or a dot or a whatever, it's really easy to just press into it, get rid of it, you're done. One I used the most was the Iris and Romeo. I will apply shade 3 for the purposes of, you always see me apply shade 4. The only other one that I brought was the Westman Atelier. The reason I brought this is because I love to carve out under the eyebrows sometimes to give it a little lift. However, I forgot this brush, and this is the brush from Fit Glow that I use. This little side of it, it just carves out so well. Like, boop, 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 boop. Totally forgot to tell you about my eyebrow pencil. Whoa, that's a big one. So I brought it, couldn't use it. It's kind of heavy. Not a win. The eyebrow pencil, very important. So the eyebrow pencil situation, I've tried a lot. I've liked a lot. I've not liked a lot. And I ended up with the withSimplicity eyebrow pencils. Why do you have 2? Because I was running out of one because I've already finished it. Not that it went fast, but I finished it. And I have it in the shade Deep Taupe. And it is a nice, I have it on right now. So it's dark. It's not too warm. It's actually pretty dark for a deep taupe, as you can see. But it has an angled here. Angled here? I'm just happy I can string words together in a sentence right now because we're at like putting butter in the utensil drawer levels of Space Cadet right now, thanks to the meds I'm on. Yay, modern science. So this has sort of an angled tip, sort of like the Kosas, but I find this to last longer. It's a little bit creamier. However, the shade taupe, it still skews a little warm. One day, I'm gonna make a brow pencil. And it's going to be in bioplastic because they have it now and it works just as well. And it biodegrades, so we don't need this black plastic crap. And it's going to be a cool tone for brunettes. And probably going to do a nice one for redheads because rarely do I see a good brow pencil for redheads. Can I get a high five on that? Is there a virtual high five I can get? Like the video maybe? That'll do. Hype it if you want it. Let me know in the comments if you'd be into that. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But that is a huge miss right now. And it might not be like a great margin for brands. I don't know, but it needs to happen. So the Iris and Romeo on the back of the hand, I'm using this Ceracryl brush. It's expensive, but it's just really good. And it speeds up the process. And if you know me, then you know I don't like fussy. So this is a great little tool. It's dense and kitten paw. I tried the BK Beauty kitten paw that went viral on TikTok. Just because it went viral on TikTok doesn't mean it's good. I know we know that. This one's better for me and my application needs. Don't know why. So as you can see, we have the, and that's not even a lot. And again, sick, so not looking that sharp, but pretty good. More brightening, more coverage. The RMS Brightener seems like a primer that's not necessarily necessary. Not necessarily necessary. So as you can see, this concealer is adding the coverage that I want. I like shade 3. It's actually working for me, especially for winter, and it gives a nice evening out. That's kind of what I like. If you like a more natural look, then I could totally see you just using the RMS or something lighter. There you go. So those are the concealers. I do set everything under the eye when I can. I'm not scared of it. Don't be scared. Normally I use the RMS setting powder. I've talked about it ad nauseum over here, but I am testing the Fit Glow setting powder. I wish it wasn't in a lot of plastic, especially black plastic. It has a netting in there, very easy to apply. And I'm using my triangle poof and it is working like a charm. I really, really like this powder. Very finely milled. Very nice. Giving RMS quite the run for its money. I'll do a cost comparison and ingredient comparison on the site. But for now, it's a contender. And I did use this almost every day. I'm going to have it for a while. There's plenty of powder in there for me to work with. Next, eyes. I know a lot of people do concealer after the eyes due to fallout, but I just don't. I don't know. I haven't gotten there yet. I keep forgetting to do that. 3 eye products, 3 eyeliners. pretty short and sweet. Merit Solo Shadow. Love this. Vachetta is the shade I like. I also need to mention that I use this brush all the time with it. It's the Ilia blending brush. It is so quick and easy. If you do not like fussy with cream shadows, worth it. You're like, it's too big. No, it's good. Then I have the Gen C. This is their liquid eyeshadow. This is in Rosewater. Really nice neutral, doubles as a blush, doubles as an eyeshadow, doubles as a, that's it. It basically doubles as a blush and eyeshadow. And then you have the Ilia palette. I ended up using this a lot more than I thought I would. Like this was my primary one, that shade right there. Really good neutral. Today I'm going to go in with, this is their cool nude palette. I have their warm palette. I cannot wait to test it. Wow, my voice is sounding very deep. I'm going to use this quick and easy little solo shadow. Looking pretty gnarly, but looks good on the eye. That's what matters. That's what matters. I'm swirling. I'm not tapping. And done. Everyday shade, easy peasy. Done. That's it. That's really all you need, you know? Sorry, I just dropped stuff. Eyeliners. Easy. Victoria Beckham, Satin Kajal. This is the Shimmer and Cinnamon. I find myself leaning now more towards mattes. I have mattes in this that are beautiful, but I brought the shimmer, didn't use it as much as I thought I would. This is the Gen C gel eyeliner. I like this. I feel like it's a really good workhorse eyeliner. Gives a good payoff, lasts for a long time. Yeah, it's just a good one. Jet black comes in fun shades. The one that I used the most, you might ask, I'm losing my mind. The Mob Beauty Cake Liner. All day, every day. Use it dry. Just use this light brush on there. It's not the smaller, tougher brush that you see out there so often from brands. They usually like bring those. And you think she's putting it on with the viewfinder. This is just to show you the fact that I can do this not even looking close up at anything. Granted, I've done it a few times, so the more you practice, the better it gets or the easier it gets. But it's shockingly easy. And I thought it was going to be more complicated. It gives me a wing. I can wet this if I want more staying power. I can pull it into the entire eye. I can just do the lash line. It's so versatile. It really is such a little powerhouse in this tiny little sustainable package. I love this stuff. I'd say for the majority of the trip, I did sort of a soft wing. You don't even need the eyeliner. People aren't wearing eyeliner. They're not wearing mascara now. Fine. Do whatever makes you happy. I'm wearing eyeliner. I'm wearing mascara. It was funny. I was at a lunch and I was talking to, we were doing the whole like, what do you do? What do you do? Sweed mascara. I have Cloud. I have Lash Lift. I used Cloud, the travel size a little bit more. Both are great. And I was like, oh, you know, I test products, I review products and help people figure out what's actually worth their money and what isn't. We talked a little bit about what she does. And then I'm like, yeah, you know, it's funny. I really was never a makeup person. I'm just not like a big makeup person. And I was there with a friend of mine who's known me for a really long time. Clocked that that person made like a, and I'm like, no, I really wasn't a makeup person. And I think it's time to retire that narrative. I think it's time to personally just embrace the fact that I am a makeup person. I'm just not like an 18,000 step bake set makeup person. But let's be honest, I brought multiple foundations. So I think like that, I just had to like get a grip on that definition. So I was like, maybe I am a makeup person. I think I've also just fallen in love with the routine of makeup, and that's not new. As a child, my mom would give me her kind of the makeup sets that she wasn't using, which is kind of funny to think about because now I give her the stuff that I don't use. Like we've come full circle, guys. And I would sit in the bathroom in Highland Park, Illinois, and I would apply makeup. I would put on mascara. I would put on, probably not mascara. She probably just gave me like eyeliner. No, probably gave me blushes and eyeshadows. And I would use all her stuff. And back then it was a creative outlet. And now it's really more of a, I love like you put on a podcast. I don't care where I am. I stayed in a hotel for 2 nights in the financial district, right where I used to work. I treated myself. It was so great. So I had my little morning routine there. And then because I had to extend my trip, my friend generously was like, yes, you can stay with me for like 10 days. That was really nice. Very lucky. So I would go into the guest bath and I would just like turn on my podcast. And this is my grounding routine when I'm traveling. It is meditative when I'm here. I get to talk to you and I'm putting it out. Like I love this part. I'm not expressing myself necessarily in terms of like the artistry that is out there. But I don't know, I like it for that reason. So I'm just fully embracing that part of myself as we head into 2026. And it only took me 45 years to figure that out. So yeah, I mean, I just hope I'm making sense, guys, because I left my garage door wide open overnight. Anyway, let's talk about the blushes and the bronzers. Probably more than the average bear, maybe. I don't know, you tell me. I'm probably overdoing it, but I don't care. I like it. I like it. The other thing I want to mention is this is a gift with purchase bag from Sephora. It's one of those hanging toiletry bags, cosmetic bags. I cannot find it. I got it for free years ago. So if you have a recommendation for a cosmetic bag that you like to bring when you travel, please share, because I don't have a good link for this one and I don't know. I just don't know, but I lucked out. And I've been using it a lot, and it has a little hook on it so you can hang it on a door if you're like in a straight man's place and he doesn't have anything set up. Not to generalize, but I just generalized. A lot of my guy friends who are still kind of like at bachelor status, they haven't really figured that part out. Some of them have. So again, not to like, I'm just glad I have the hook is what I'm saying, because sometimes they don't. It's a little bit different. Females, we get it. That's okay. And maybe not all men. Sorry if I offended any. But you'll be fine. It's okay. We're moving on. The bronzer that I have is a powder bronzer. This is from Well People. I've really been liking it. I really like it. I like a strong bronzer. I like a powder bronzer. However, I really was pissed that I forgot one of my favorites. This is technically a contour stick. This is from Westman Atelier. I forgot their contour stick, and I love this stuff. And it's basically, I'm carving out the cream contour here. It's almost done. It is so good. The blendability on that is so strong. And it's another one that I can add into the don't have to think about it, looks great bucket. Lasts all day bucket. Once I figured out how to apply it, I don't know why it took me so long, but it took me a hot minute. Like, that's a lot. That's the problem with the powder. So what happens is I overdo it too. So you gotta really buff it in. There you go, under the chin. That's the powder bronzer I brought. Like I said, I missed my cream. And then for blushes, I have 3, but I gotta tell you why. One is not really as a blush. The Say Chili Dew Blush, this is beautiful. I love it. Easy, brainless, works well. The RMS French Rosé Powder Blush. It's just lighter, and it doesn't have the glowy factor that the Say does. It does have a shimmer. I happen to think RMS shimmers are some of the best out there because you're not going to look like a shiny seal or disco ball. You know what I mean? It's just a subtle kind of, she's got a little life in there. I mean, your eyes will say that more if you're not like me right now and up to the hilt with decongestants and antibiotics. But I also brought this. And this is the Milk Makeup Jelly Tint Cooling Water. It good. Love this in the shade Fizz. Now you can apply it to the cheeks. You would think that it would not necessarily melt in as well because it's wet. It's not. It melts in perfectly. However, this is how I use it all the time. As a lip stain. It creates this really cool lip stain. And another thing that I noticed, because when I was in the hotel after a day of walking on the Embarcadero, or it was just great. It was just really great. I would stop home, take a shower, get ready for dinner, get ready to go out, whatever. Then I would have extra time, and these little things that you notice, like I'm playing my music, I'm getting my makeup on. Another great reason to like makeup. I love that time. It's like my time, and I really have become very good at entertaining myself. I enjoy my own company. So this is something that I notice. Like if I put it in the center, I'm not spreading it all over the lip, and the center up top, underneath. It creates something that I just visually really like. This is getting a little weird, but again, just go with me here. And then I bring in a liner, a lip liner, and a colored balm on top, which I'm going to show you in a second. Before I finish the lip, I'm going to use the Dew Blush from Say on the cheek. Can't believe I recorded this whole video twice. That's just funny. If you're scared, just put a little in the back of your hand so you don't feel like you're going to overdo it. This does blend really well, but less is more, I find. And then it gives a really nice glow to the cheek. My lighting is giving me a glow, but if I'm in natural light, you'll see it a little bit more because that foundation is more on the matte side. Not drying matte, but you know, like a satin matte. And it just, I'm done. I'm done. And that'll stay. That'll last for a long time. I don't have to powder on top. You could do the RMS powder on top of it if you want that blush, if you have blush blindness, as they say. No judgment. Do what brings you joy, because we need to find joy however we possibly can these days. However we possibly can. Like my little makeup sessions by myself listening to my playlist. It brings me joy. Brings me joy. And for the lip, as promised, I brought a lot of lip pencils. I kind of surprised myself here. Normally I overdo it on the lipstick department, but I really loved living in San Francisco because there was no pressure. There was nothing like living in Dallas is basically like living in the LA of the South, in my opinion. Plus I worked at Neiman Marcus. So you were very much so expected to pull it together, which I tried. And I was very good. I did okay. But when you go to San Francisco, you don't like casual is totally acceptable. It's a great environment to just do whatever you want to do, play around a little bit. But I never felt like I needed to feel pulled together. I was just able to play with what I have. So I really didn't have a ton of lipsticks. I ended up just bringing easy lip pencils. It's really just easy. That's how I would say it. Jeans, t-shirt, easy. I gravitate towards that more so now than ever. And then I have a lip balm that I was testing from Wise Beauty. This is their lip tint, hydrating lip tint. You need that if you're going to do this stain, by the way. It gets a little drying on the pout. Class Act is the shade I have here. And then I brought the Perez Color Pot. This is in shade Holy. This is what I wouldn't necessarily wear during the day, or I would and just wear this and go out the door because it's a really nice soft flush on the lip. Or I would put it on when I would have that hour to myself in between day to night, and I would just be playing with makeup. So we have the Perez Cocoa Crayon and Grace, beautiful everyday neutral. I've loved it for a long time. I'm wearing it down. I have the Jones Road Lip Pencil in Mauve, a great option. Creamier than this one from Exa. This is their All Smiles lip pencil in shade Bury Your Hopes. It's a little bit darker. Mauve is a little bit more neutral, rosy neutral. And the Bury Your Hopes, I find, is really good for just adding a little bit more dimension to the lower lip. If you want to trick the eye a little bit, you can go along the whole lip line. A lot of people are talking about not doing that. A lot of people are talking about blurring it. Do what makes you happy, like I keep saying. But I'm just bringing it here, and I'm not totally going outside of the mouth here, but I am going outside just a little. Soften it with your finger. Like I said, this is creamy, but it is not very creamy. So I feel like this isn't going to be the one to instantly bleed into lip lines if that's a concern of yours. So that's why I liked this one. The Perez Cocoa Crayon, definitely creamier. Might be a little bit more of an issue. The Mauve Jones Road, creamier. So you have options, but I basically wanted this for a darker one that grabbed, gripped, adhered. And then this for sort of an everyday, I can just wear this over a clear balm and fill it in with this. Perez Cocoa Crayon I love. And then I would bring in the Wise lip tint. This is what I did all the time when I was there. And this is really nice. I'm not sure about the staying power yet. And that's it. That's all I would use for the lip. And if I had extra time to play, then, start adding. You don't subtract, you add. This is that beautiful, holy shade. Really simple. Easy, parcheesi. I don't know who says that. Me, evidently. I'm going to pat myself on the back with this one. This little kit, not so little, but this kit was very effective. Worked on every occasion, which there ended up being a lot more occasions because I was there longer. And it didn't take up too much space. It did the trick for hair care, for skin care. I think I almost nailed both of them pretty well. Hair care, I definitely nailed. The skincare was pretty good. Oh, with skincare, I was also testing. My friends were like, what are you doing? Again, a guy who doesn't wear face cream. And he was like, I don't understand. So he's not one of the guys that does skincare. Guys who do skincare would probably understand the current body LED mask. As they say in Tennessee, bless his heart. I haven't gotten into that one too much yet, but when in Rome. If you want to see the skincare kit, travel kit, and the hair care travel kit, maybe I can kind of bundle those into one. Or I'll put that in my newsletter. You can always subscribe using the link below. It is free to you. That's all I have in my travel kit for today. It was super fun sitting down here and talking with you. Hope you enjoyed it as well. If you did and you like videos like this, you want to see more of them, hit the like button. It supports the channel so much. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you all are finding your little moment of zen, whether that's with makeup or with your family or with your furry pet or with music, whatever it is, especially coming from somebody who got sick. Like the most important thing right now, yes, we have to have energy, but we also have to rest to get the energy. And my body has been telling me like more beach walks. By the way, this was one of the best parts of my trip for those of you who stuck around. Normally, I lived and existed in the middle of the city and financial district. I got to explore the West Coast more, Ocean Beach more. And when I was walking on that beach, my internal narrative was like, oh no, this is too nice. I'm going to want to come back. So I'll give you a little taste of my San Francisco trip at the end of the video. Feel the zen, take in the ocean air, and I will see you guys right back here real soon. Until then, bye.